Welcome to the Phillips 66 Big 12 Softball Championship. We are in where else? Oklahoma City from OGE Field at Devon Park. We are ready for the much anticipated showdown for the Big 12 Tournament Championship. The #1 seed, the regular season champions, Texas, taking on the three-time defending national champions, Oklahoma. The Longhorns and Sooners ready to go here in OKC, as dropping 2 of 3 to Oklahoma State. Won game 3 of that series. Ground ball off the first baseman, looking for it, not able to find it is the freshman Katie Stewart. And the leadoff is aboard for Oklahoma.
But when you're facing Oklahoma, they are going to grasp onto any opportunity you give them.
Parker with a slow roller on the right side, and Parker running fast down the line, beats it out, first and second to get things started for the Sooners here in the first.
Oklahoma just putting the ball in.
Jennings 2 for 4 in the tournament with a couple of walks and 3 runs scored. 0 for 2 yesterday in the semifinal win over BYU. 13-2 and 5 was the final in that Oklahoma win. This is hit well to right field and deep. It is carrying back and it is off the wall. Coleman being waved around. It's a run-scoring double for Jennings, and Oklahoma comes out firing here in the first.
This is exactly what this Sooner offense wants to do to opponents. They want to get on base, and then they want to set to the table for hitters like Tiare Jennings. This is a drop ball down in the zone, and she just gets her barrel underneath it, behind it, drives it the opposite way out to that right field wall. That one's going to score Jada Coleman easily.
But now running into an Oklahoma team finding their stride here in the postseason. 11 extra base hits with runners in scoring position. Gutierrez gets a big strikeout, 1 away. Here's the 1-1. Grounded, stopped by the third baseman looking for the tag. Great play by Vivi Martinez. They will get the out at second. A run does score, but perhaps preventing a second run is Martinez, 2 down. RBI number 32 for Hansen.
It's a great play by Vivi Martinez. Hit deep into that 5-6 hole. Very smart to know that that run at third base was going to score easily. She throws it to third, gets into a bit of a rundown. I guarantee Tiare Jennings here thought that this was going to be a base hit through to the left side. No problem. A nice snag there to get an out on that play.
Popped up on the infield by Pickering. Drifting back and getting it as Washington to retire the side. So Oklahoma plates 2, Texas coming to the plate here.
Team.
Ashton Maloney steps in for Texas to lead things off for the regular season champions in the Big 12. And she starts off with a ground ball to Tiare Jennings. 1 pitch, 1 away. Here batted in. Texas with wins over Texas Tech, 13-4 in 5 innings. And then Baylor last night, 14-3 in 5 innings. 9 total home runs so far in the tournament. As a staff in the tournament, Oklahoma with a ERA of 2.10. 4-3 scored that, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Maxwell in the first. 2-0. Winning a national championship is going to feel, especially for these upperclassmen, like, oh, it's not as good as last year. And that is such a hard place to be. Torres with a strikeout. 1 away here in the second. Isn't it? I mean, imagine playing.
And they have great pitchers, but they're not your dominant strikeout pitchers that we're used to seeing from them. As Sitlali now has 2 strikeouts in this inning.
And the Defensive Player of the Year, Reese Atwood, team all-conference selection in the Big 12 this season. Slap to third, Scott on the first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Gutierrez, who has settled down. We've played 1.5. Maxwell wins the battle, 1 away here in the second.
This is where having the spin and the movement in different directions works to Kelly Maxwell's advantage.
78 home runs on the season for the Longhorns. Swung on and missed. Hansen will throw it down the first to retire Stewart. 3 strikeouts now for Maxwell, 2 away. Mitchell. And a walk. First base runner of the game for Texas. It's Jolie Mitchell with 2. First Big 12 tournament title since 2005. Sharp single up the middle, and it's in the gap. Slamming on the brakes around second was Mitchell. Mitchell now being waved around. Here comes the throw, and she is safe. All the way to third goes Henry, and Texas is on the board.
This play at home was a lot closer than it should have been. She hit this one extremely sharp off of the bat, straight up the middle. Gets all the way out to center field, but you'll notice Jolie Mitchell actually stops at second base and then decides to keep going. Was able to make it into home plate standing up.
Are you surprised that made it all the way? Alyssa Washington. Grounded to the shortstop, Jennings to first for the out to retire the side, but Caden Henry comes through with
2.6% strikeout rate. Only 5 strikeouts so far this season.
Make it 6. Caught looking. Gutierrez comes inside, one away.
Actually really helped her in that.
Back up the middle, and it's a base hit. 2 for 2 for Parker. 7 for 8 in her first postseason tournament.
Something going.
That skipped up. Parker will take second on the wild pitch. Grounded to Scott at third, over to first to retire Jennings. Holding at second is Parker, 2 down.
Nice play by Mia Scott over at third base. This one hit very...
Styles and Ways. We'll talk to her after this half inning. Brito comes through with a 2-out single to right. 3-1 Oklahoma.
Coming into that at bat, Alyssa Brito was batting .324 with 2 outs on the season. Go to Brito. This is a drop ball that's inside. It is so difficult to get your hands inside of this pitch and drive it the opposite direction, but that's exactly what she does. Drives it all the way out there to center field to allow Ella Parker to score easily on that base hit. And just how...
Here it comes. There it goes. In the gap, right center field, all the way down into the fence. Brito to third. She'll score. Hansen heading to third. Here comes the throw. She is out at third. But it's an RBI for Kinsey Hansen to give Oklahoma a 3-run lead.
Gets a drop ball again and drives it the opposite direction. This one inside, hits it to the right center gap. She's got her eyes on this ball the entire time, decides right here that she's going to try to make it to third base. But a good relay by Texas gets her out at third. Running out the same ace day in and day out, but really trying to play those matchups, use the stats to their advantage.
Swinging at the first pitch is Bella Dayton, and she stays hot. Her 5th hit of the tournament.
On an air out left field.
Maloney could not check her swing. She strikes out. Takes a pause to look at plate umpire Steve Gould. Tournament. 2 of the 9 hit by Texas. Grounded to first. Sanders gets the force at second. 2 down.
That play almost developed so quickly that it didn't give Alina Torres enough time to make it from the second baseman.
Make it 5. Martinez caught looking to retire the side. Oklahoma on top 4-1 after 3 here in OKC.
In that series against Texas earlier in the year, actually had a double off of Sitlali in that series.
Waves at that one. Gutierrez gets strikeout number 5. 1 down for Alina Torres, who's 0 for 1. Grounded to third, it's a fair ball. Scott's high throw gets away. Heading to second is Torres. Mike White just talked about it. His team hasn't done much to help their starting pitcher. Torres will take it any way she can get it. 1-2 the count to Sanders, who struck out her first time. Called strike 3, 2 down, 6 strikeouts now.
Called against me if I'm in the batter's box, but every pitcher out there wants that one called for them.
Gets away from Atwood, taking third is Torres with 2 down. Back up the middle, trying to pick it is Leanne Good, who's into the game at second base. She cannot. And the error proves costly again. Riley Boone comes through to put Oklahoma on top 5-1.
Late and yet still finding a way to make something happen. Completely out on her front side, and she just lets go with that top hand to get on top of this ball. And Leanne Good went for the backhand up the middle, trying to stop her momentum as she went to field that one, and it just skips by.
Jada Coleman. There goes Boone. The throw is off the mark, and Boone is in safely with a stolen base. Stolen base number 61 for Oklahoma. As the 1-2 from Gutierrez. Another one in the dirt, and Coleman gets called for swinging at it and then throwing on the first Atwood to Stewart to make sure of it. Oklahoma disagreed with the called third strike to Sanders, and they disagree with the appeal on the check swing as Coleman gets All-American status to our typist who put all that in. Didn't even have enough time to read through it all.
So many good teams on that list, too. Of course, the work inside to the righties and the lefties.
Popped up. Torres, 2 down. Grounded to shorts. Jennings to first, a 1-2-3 inning for Kelly Maxwell. At OG Field, Devon Park. This one is lifted to left, playable for Bella Dayton. 1 down here in the 5th. Once again, you can see grounded to third. Scott throws a strike to first, 1 away, 2 away. Beg your pardon. Here in the 5th. That you would use to describe Oklahoma through the years is on its way back. Brito can't get that pitch. Couldn't check her swing, and Gutierrez has a 1-2-3 5th inning. At the end of 4.5.
To focus in on each individual pitch.
That just missed. Henry's aboard to start things here. There's Jen. Maxwell's been locked in. Here's the 1-2. Gets the strikeout, 1 away.
Kinsey Hansen really having to work hard.
Texas team came into play tonight hitting .437. Tap to the right side, moving over quickly is Torres to first to Sanders for the out. Hansen doubled in the 3rd, brought in a run on a fielder's choice in the 1st. This is grounded to Scott at 3rd. 1 down. All freshman team selection. One of 9 Sooners to earn all conference honors. Gutierrez gets the strikeout. That's her 9th, 2 down.
Second strikeout to Pickering today, too. And it seemed they were a team that was putting everything together at the right time, too, with the pitching and the hitting against Oklahoma.
Rito swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts. A career-high 10 strikeouts for Sitla coming in the league.
I'm going to need a flow chart to keep track of
you
the
don't
conference realignment for next year.
You didn't have one for the last 4 years?
I am keeping it straight for this.
Oh, that works inside. A mistake, a rare mistake by Maxwell. She hits Martinez with an 0-2 pitch.
Wonder if
this one is lined to center field. Reaching up and making the grab is Coleman.
Off the bat, I thought this was a base hit, no doubt, smoked by Reese Atwood out to center field, and you can just see the way that Jada Coleman actually has to shift her footwork, working back on that line drive, extends right at the last minute, and robs Atwood of a base hit.
Her first championship game, 2-2. Fly ball, right side, foul ground, and drifting back is Sanders, 2 down.
A big out there for Nicole May as she
Another 2-2 for May. Swung on and missed. Nicole May comes on, gets out of the jam. Line shot to left. Down for a base hit all the way to the fence. Sanders heading to second with a leadoff double.
Throughout this ball game, one strike and then tries to lay down a bunt unsuccessfully for 2 strikes. Infield still shaded in with her up at the plate.
Grounded too short. The throw on the first by Martinez for the out. Fly ball hit deep to left. In foul ground, moving over is Dayton to make the catch. 2 down. Now you look at the scoreboard and you see 5 runs on 7 hits, but 3 of those 5 runs are earned.
You get that out over at first base.
This is hit well to left, slicing into foul ground, and enough room for Dayton to put it away. That will do it for the Sooners in the 7th. Last chance for the regular season champs. One away. Second strikeout for Nicole May.
2 strikeouts. Both of them have been via the changeup for May.
To the top. 1-2. 2 down.
When you see the way that Nicole May is...
Bella Dayton with 2 down. Popped up. Right side of the infield. Ball game over. For the 9th and final time, Oklahoma Big 12 champions.
It's the competitiveness that you saw from Oklahoma from the very first pitch of this ball game. Kelly Maxwell setting the tone in the circle. 7 strikeouts.